Welcome back to the Doctor Who Retrospective. I'm Scotty, you're not, and in this episode we are talking about The Idiot's Lantern. Now it's another one of those where I was like, oh, this one, I don't know what I want to do. But there is some good in it. Not very much, but there is some good. The Doctor and Rose travel to 1953 London, intending to go to New York, but of course, wibbly-wobbly things happen. It's never really explained why sometimes it doesn't go where it's supposed to go. I don't know. It's not like they never go to New York. They will. Maybe they just didn't have the budget to do New York here. I don't know. But they're in London in 1953, just in time for Queen Elizabeth II's coronation, yes. And our villain is called The Wire. It's an alien that was outcast from its people and is trying to literally suck off the faces of the people because it's hungry. That's our villain. Yeah. Add some family drama and, subtract one companion for half the episode and you have what is just okay overall. Because, we start with this family talking about getting a new television set or a telly. The dad, you can already tell, is a major dick about things. And then we focus on this shopkeeper who makes television sets or sells them or something. And you see this weird spokesperson lady on the TV. Credits. Yeah. And so the Doctor and Rose want to go to New York in 1953 to see Elvis, but they end up in London. Which is confusing because, he's riding around on a moped in 1953, and at the end he gives it to the kid and says, keep it in the garage for a few years. And I'm like, but you were already riding it around here, and you were going to ride it around in New York. So why does he have to? Maybe it's more of an age thing. He's not old enough to drive it or something. I don't know. But yeah, as they ride around, they notice that it's going to be the Queen's coronation, so they stop at a random house, which happens to be that family from the beginning, because of course it is. And right away, you can tell that this dad is an ass. He's one of those. Look, the 1950s, at this point, were very much man does the work, wife is stay at home, cooks the meals. That sort of situation. I think the subject matter is handled pretty good here. If it was produced today, though, it would be way too overhanded in the female empowerment demographic. They would go way too overboard with it, and people would call it woke. Here, it's done pretty well, because it's not just about the female side. It's about this dad being domineering to his entire family, not just the wife. Unlike how they would make it today. It would be written so that the woman specifically is demeaned and would stand up to her husband as a strong female character. She's not the lead, but yeah. So it's here that they find out that the grandma, that we saw at the beginning of the episode, and I totally forgot we did, had her face sucked off. And out of nowhere, these guys come and take her away. We later find out that it was the dad that did it, but there was no hint towards that. They just show up. You never see them go for the phone. There's never a hint. It's just later they just figure it out, pull it out of their ass that it was him that did it. You did it. This sounds like you did, didn't you? You saw your own mother-in-law. You did it. And it's like, okay, I understand they have to have that conflict, but couldn't we have... it's done before in episodes where we see someone sneak off and grab a phone. Couldn't we see a scene where, Rose is yelling at him and he's told to shut up, he sneaks to the back, or they start going up the stairs and he sneaks over to the telephone. Something like that. We don't see that. Just, yeah, they knock the doctor out just long enough to get away. He goes on the scooter and drives after, and then she, leaving Rose behind, who then figures out, she figures out it's the TV show, she goes to the TV salesman and ends up getting her face sucked off. And then she's gone for the rest of the episode. Yeah. I think, me thinks maybe there was too much going on in this episode, and they realized, oh, Rose is kind of not needed, because they got the family drama stuff, the doctor's off doing his thing, there's other stuff going on with the TV thing, there's really no room for Rose. Kind of like with Rose and Mickey in The Girl in the Fireplace. Oh, but unlike this one, that was a good episode. Yeah. And they couldn't even find anything for her to do, really. She could be investigating some stuff while he's chasing after the grandmother. She does, but then she gets her face sucked off almost immediately. I will say, though, this does motivate the doctor to, to get going, to finish this up, to figure out what exactly was going on. And this is the first time that you really feel this is the same doctor as it was before. That it's the same guy, because it's the end of Bad Wolf, when he thinks Rose is dead, and now he's telling the Daleks, you done fucked up. And here he's basically telling the Wire, you done fucked up. So now he is just, full swing trying to stop this thing. And it's also here that the son tells off the dad, because, this guy, this man is the perfect example of what kind of father not to be. What kind of husband not to be. He is domineering. He is everything that he fought against in World War II. The fascism. He basically has his household under martial law. His rules only, because he thinks he can. I don't think I'll say that was the basic mentality of husbands back then, but the household, there was a feeling that the man was the head of the household, woman was the wife. That's why a lot of the times when men would go off to war, they'd tell their sons, you're the man of the house now. You gotta watch over your mother, your little sister, that sort of thing. Nowadays, you say that and they go, it wouldn't make any sense, because women are just as equal as men, if not more overly pushed to be better than men, but I feel like equal's enough. There are some women that are better than men, like China. She beat a lot of men, and that was the 90s. Yeah. But, I'm just saying, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, God, no, these. But yeah, so, basically he gets kicked out, but not completely yet. The doctor and the kid, the mom allows the kid to go with the doctor, which is already confusing. They find the guy, and the guy basically tells them, hey, I can't control this, and him and the inspector and the boy get their faces sort of sucked off. The doctor and the boy are fine, but the inspector gets his face sucked off. He goes, the doctor can still move, and he goes to grab the Sonic, and she's like, he's armed, withdraw. And I'm just like, so do you know what a Sonic is? I don't know. But the inspector's the only one, we don't need him anymore. So it's just him and the boy, and the doctor is able to reverse the polarity, the neutron flow. There's the third Doctor reference. Is able to do something. That's my reference, not theirs. Well, they do make that reference later, but that's not till the 11th Doctor. But anyway, he uses it, and puts it onto a Betamax TV, or Betamax tape. Nobody cares about Betamax, and this is 1953, I don't even know what that is. By the way, where did he get a VCR? Do you have one in the TARDIS? Is that where he got it from? I don't know, but it's on there, so, everyone is safe. The boy's reunited with his grandmother, and then the doctor is reunited with Rose, and like I said, the doctor gives the boy the scooter, tells him to wait a couple years to use it, And then they go back to the TARDIS. But the boy, no, they don't go back to the TARDIS. The boy sees his dad leaving and he says, good riddance. But then Rose tells him to go talk to him. We don't hear the conversation. He just grabs the guys, because he's getting kicked out. He's got his stuff. He's going to stay at a hotel. And we don't get any real closure with them. We see that they might be okay, but I don't know. There's a mention of Torchwood, very briefly. You really gotta listen to it. Having the subtitles on would help, too, because they do briefly mention Torchwood. At the agency, I think. But it's very, you gotta pay attention. Overall, this episode is fine. It's not the worst of Series 2. We'll get to that one. Chloe Webber. Yes, and now we got another two-parter. Can I just say, do we need another one already? Because here it is. We had a two-parter. We have one episode. And we have another two-parter. And then there's two one-part episodes. There's Love and Monsters, which you're going to be surprised I'm going to defend. I'm going to defend it. And then there's the Chloe Webber episode. And then there's another freaking two-parter after that, right? I understand maybe it's easier to write two parts than two one parts and try to have two separate ideas instead of one idea split into two episodes. I get it. But well, this is like an introduction to the Ood. It's just, that's the only good thing I remember of this. We shall see. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. What are your thoughts on... How is this only 12 minutes? I went through the whole thing. I was very good. I was very thorough. And yet this is only 12 minutes long. But I guess for an episode like this, 12 minutes would be long enough. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Idiot's Lantern? Why is it called that? I just thought of Idiot's Lantern. Why is it called that? Mickey's not even in the episode. Let me comment, social, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.